Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Janet and I run a Depop and website called Primarie Studios where I sell secondhand and vintage fashion. Today I am at Savers. I'm in the parking lot just getting ready to go in. I am going to go sourcing today because I do need to do a drop next week, and I also have a market coming up on December 9th, which is Come Together Market. So I just wanted to get a few more things ready and I thought I would take you guys along with me. I am very fearful of talking to myself in public, so it'll probably just be a voiceover for the thrifting portion, but hopefully you guys still enjoy. I'll see you guys inside. So right when I got in, I got a cart and I headed to the jewelry section since it's right next to the door. I found these really pretty earrings, but I actually forgot to purchase them because I think they fell out of my cart. They weren't there when I checked out. Then I went to look at the sweaters and I found a few cute things, but all of these were mostly fast fashion. I always am so sad when they're fast fashion, but this one was pretty cool, just not my style. It is vintage though, and I did like the pattern. I also like this one, but the material quality wasn't the greatest, so I decided to leave. I thought the embroidery on this top was beautiful, but I decided to leave it just because it's not really my shop style and it's not summer anymore. I also found these lace and velvet pants and they're vintage as well. I decided later on though that I didn't want to get them because the cut was a little weird. It hit like a little bit too far up the ankle. Then I found these pants that had an interesting belt attached to it and I thought it was a really cute detail. I'm always drawn to pieces that have this Asian inspired print on it. I think it's so beautiful and intricate. It's also made out of cotton and definitely vintage, and I really like the style of these. Then I went to the skirt section and I found this really pretty lace skirt and I had to pick it up. I was immediately enamored with these pants. I really like the kind of acid wash texture it has. The very interesting waistline and the pleating detail, and it's from a brand that I've definitely seen before, and it's also vintage. I was also really tempted to get this jacket just because it's so beautiful, but it is a little bit more colorful than I would usually go for. But the details are so pretty, I just thought I should show you. Then I decided to head over to the jackets and I found a lot of good stuff here, like this fur jacket. The only thing was it was pretty expensive and it was made out of faux fur, so I didn't really think it was worth it. I did find this real fur jacket, but it felt like it was a little bit too chunky. It would be hard to ship and I don't think people in California would buy it if I sold it in person. Then I found this one and I just love the details on it. I like the unique gray color. You don't really see that in other jackets as often. I love that it has all the vintage tags. It's just really fun. This coat is pretty similar and it's also just really beautiful, but the same problem, it's too heavy to ship and I just don't think people in California will wear it. I also found this one, which is stunning, super soft. I think it's rabbit fur and I love the patchwork detail on the front, but it had a huge rip on one of the sleeves, so I couldn't take it, and it was also $60. Then I just looked through the rest of the jackets. Jackets are always my thing and it is my favorite section at the thrift store. I never skip it and I usually always find something. Just like for jackets, you can always find a nice trench coat at the thrift store, and I found this vintage military one. I like the khaki color and I love looking at vintage tags like this. Then it was time to check out the dresses. The first thing that I found was hanging on the edge and it was this brown, I think 90s maxi dress. I really like the polka dot, the wrap silhouette, and I think it's bias cut, which always means it's gonna fit really well. Just look at the drape, you can tell that this is gonna be beautiful on. I also tried on a few more things. I really love this trench coat that I showed you guys earlier. This jacket is so nice. It is a little short on me, but it will be so nice for someone who is more petite than I am. I also love these pants that I showed earlier, the kind of harem pants look, but it was 20 bucks, so I thought it was a little bit of a hard sell, so I decided to pass. This is a skirt and I just really like the flow of it. It's so beautiful. These pants I was really torn about, but I decided to put it back just because I wasn't sure about the cropped length on them. I really liked these trousers though. They were a definite keep. Then I also tried on the velvet lace pants, but the crop on it was also a little bit strange, so I decided to pass on them. I was really tempted by this cardigan that I found. It's probably 60s or 70s, but it did have a few moth holes and it's a little bit too colorful for my usual taste. So I decided to put it back, but I'm always so sad when I put back like a 70s or 60s piece because those are so rare to find. I always have the hardest time finding tops, and this is me just browsing through a few different long sleeves. I don't know why, but I pretty much just can only find button downs, nothing else. Then I checked out and now it's time to go home and show you the haul. Welcome back. I am in my room now. It's been a few days and I'm ready to show you guys the haul. And the first item I want to show you is this brown maxi length dress. I think it's from the 90s, just judging by the tag. It has a paper tag right here and it says that it was made in the USA. It's from the brand Lois Snyder Danny Max. and it's made out of 100% polyester, but it kind of has that like silk chiffon feel to it. It's a very classic piece, but I also think it's something that brands like Realization Par or Reformation would make. It's very like flattering, it's long, it's feminine, but it's not over the top, and I really like this because it seems like a very versatile dress to wear. I usually don't find that many dresses that I like at the thrift store. I'm very particular about like the fit and the look of it. I think a lot of vintage dresses that I find that are cool are usually 80s, and they have that like super dropped waist oversized fit, which I personally don't love. It's hard to find good dresses for me, so I'm really glad that I was able to pick this one up from Savers. Next item from the pile is this lace midi skirt, and it's by the brand Mlie Gabrielle. It's made out of nylon and it's a size 1X. I just really like the lace on this one. It's kind of hard to see, but hopefully you can kind of see there. There's the lace. It's a midi length. It's a more like lightweight drapey material, which is what I liked, and it just seems like a very classic but updated piece because instead of just being a basic black skirt, it's a basic black skirt made out of lace. So it kind of adds some texture to whatever you're wearing instead of wearing just like a normal black skirt. It feels very flowy and easy to wear, and I am very glad that I found it. So this piece I didn't show in the thrifting portion of the video, but I picked this one up, and it's by the brand J. Peters. I'm thinking it's late 80s, early 90s because it has shoulder pads, but the design of it doesn't look quite as 80s as you would expect for an 80s piece, as it has a shell button closure up the front. It's kind of like a little bit of a longer tunic length, so I'm not sure if it's a jacket or a blouse, but I guess you could wear it as either depending on the weather. Since it's fall and winter right now, I think this will look really good paired with like a black mock neck or turtleneck underneath, just to add some weight to it, and then you could pair like a coat on top. Something about it felt very minimalist and chic, and I felt like it had so many possibilities, so I picked this one up. Next piece I know is definitely vintage because when I showed my mom, she was like, oh wow, I used to wear a lot of those in the 80s or 90s. So it is this pair of pants from the brand Marin. I don't really know how to pronounce it. The main reason I picked this one up is because I really like the little belt detail on the front. I felt like it was very chic and casual, and it upgrades the look. Like, you don't have to wear your own belt with it. You can just wear this and like maybe a sweater or something tucked into it, and that will look really fun. I think this would also look really good with a pair of tabby boots, just to make it a little bit more interesting. It feels like a very casual but versatile piece, and it has like that classic 80s high-rise fit. So just a really good overall casual pair of pants, and I'm really glad I found this. The next item I didn't actually find at Savers. I went to Goodwill afterwards, but I just found one thing at Goodwill, and it was this kind of varsity style bomber jacket. I really like the color on this one, which is why I got it. It is in a brown and black, and I like how it has the contrast sleeves. It also is like a very cozy fit, and instead of being the usual like satin material on the outside, it's made out of a cotton. So it feels just a little bit easier to wear, more casual. This colorway is something that I personally really like wearing, brown and black, especially for like the fall winter. Just this kind of breaks up all the darkness of wearing just black, but the brown is still neutral, so it is very easy to integrate into your wardrobe. The next item is really cool, and it is this military trench coat. From when I researched it, it is from the 70s and it's in the size 38S. This color in a trench coat is very unique to me because you normally see it in like that camel, tan, brown, beige color palette, but I like how it's in this olive green. And it's made out of, instead of like the usual nylon, it feels like it's a cotton material. I love it. It comes with the matching belt as well. It's in really good condition, and I just feel like this is such an easy piece to just kind of throw on over any outfit, and it makes it look just more interesting. Like if you wear just a casual top with jeans, a chunky shoe, and this, and I'm so glad that I found it. This is the last item that I found, and it is probably the showstopper of this trip. I found this. From what I looked up, it's probably 70s, but I'm not sure. It's a leather jacket in this kind of slate gray color with a fur collar. I'm pretty sure it's real fur as well. I love how big and bold this color is. It is like very out there, but I think because the color palette is more neutral, it doesn't feel like super in your face, if that makes sense. It still feels casual enough that you could wear it day to day and that you wouldn't need to save this for a special occasion or something. It also comes with the matching belt. So this needs a little bit of a cleaning on the leather part, but the fur collar is in really good condition, and I just really like the fit of it. It's just cool, it's very fun, and I love the look of it. I'm always so excited when I find things that are older than the 80s, because normally what I find at the thrift store is like 80s, 90s, Y2K, which I love because my personal favorite is the 90s. When I find something from the 70s or 50s or 60s, I'm always excited. I don't think I found anything older than like 50s before, but this is just so beautiful and I love the colors. It feels modern, but it's actually vintage, and that's exactly the type of items that I like to find. Something about this just really called out to me. It's not something I would normally pick up, but I really like how it turned out. Okay, so that wasn't a big haul, but I did really like the things that I found. I am trying to be more selective with the things that I purchase, just because I don't want to make the curation of my shop look disjointed. I want it to be very cohesive. I want it to look like it's one person's style. I am enjoying my curation and my shop a lot more, and like selling things just because I am more in love with the items that I'm finding. So let me know what you liked from the haul, how you would style these things, what your favorite item was, what your least favorite item was, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!